1 second. Okay, so what is this called? Her Story? Her Story. Her Story. It's just like, I think it's exactly, wait 1 second. I think it's exactly like his story. It looks exactly like his story. But instead it's her story. So let's react to some of her shorts. And all the characters up there. Now, that kid looks familiar from his stories. That guy does, where the pen is. I'll circle them. So that kid, that guy, you, and you. Anyone else? Oh yeah, and you. All of these people that I've circled look really familiar and that from his story. All of these people I've circled, they look like they're from his story. So yeah. Oh yeah, and that grandma. And that grandma right there. I circled 3 people, I meant that grandma. That grandma right here. It's taking so long, that grandma right there. Yeah. Let's just react to some of their videos.
This boy was trolling on the dark
This is her most popular video.
web when her sister noticed he slammed his laptop shut. He was shivering, and she knew something was wrong. Scared, he immediately ran to the living room. She yelled, "What happened?" But he wouldn't say anything. He started freaking out, closing all of their blinds, locking the front door, and she begged him to tell her what was going on. He was freaking out, and that's when she opened his laptop. She couldn't believe it. Someone sent him a picture of their front door. They sent another picture, and when she clicked on it, it was a picture of her through their window that said, "She looks tasty." She couldn't breathe. She was about to run and grab their dad, but her brother grabbed her arm, saying, "No, he'll kill me if he knew I was on there." Neither of them slept that night until someone rang
Oh hell no. Oh hell no.
the doorbell the next morning. A guy with a badge told their dad they saw some suspicious activity coming from their network, but he told him he didn't know anything about it. He told them to stay safe, but the next day in class, her principal burst through their door. She told her she had to come with her that second and that the police were there.
This is creepy already.
She followed her to the office, thinking it had to be her brother. But the second she walked in, she saw the same guy from yesterday holding his badge. He smiled when he saw her and told her there was an emergency at her house. He grabbed her arm and tried to pull her out, but she resisted. "No, tell me what happened. Is my brother okay?" But he didn't say anything. "Come with us." She didn't want to, but her principal nodded and said, "They're police officers, honey. Go with them." They took her outside, but she noticed their car didn't have any police stickers on it. She thought these guys must just be undercover. But when they put her in the back, she immediately noticed there weren't any door handles either. There was no way she could get out. "Where are we going?" But they laughed. She was sweating now. "Please, I just want to see my brother." But they didn't say anything until they saw flashing lights behind them. Both of the guys immediately got nervous, and when she realized it was the police, she knew this was her chance. The cop was walking up to the car, and she was about to scream for help, but just before she did, she felt something sharp in her stomach. She looked down and saw the man holding a knife against her. The cop walked up and looked inside the car, and when he saw her crying, he looked suspicious. She tried anything she could to signal for help, but the man said, "That's just my niece. She's upset because we didn't get McDonald's." She couldn't say anything. The knife was already cutting her skin, and the cop just told them,
Ooh.
"We were sitting in the living room watching Shark Tank when my daughter looked at me and said, 'Mommy, I'm gonna be the youngest CEO in the whole neighborhood.'
Good luck.
The night after I got caught sneaking out to see my boyfriend, 2 men ripped me out of my bed at 4 in the morning. 'Get dressed. You're coming with us.' My mom was standing in the doorway watching while I was shaking in fear. 'Mom, please don't do this.' She shook her head. 'This is for your own good.' They took me to a place for troubled teens in the desert, where a woman with dead eyes took
Do you think it's his story undercover? Do y'all think it's just his story undercover? But making a channel like her story. Sure, she has 1.87 million subscribers. On the way to 2 mil. Tell stories in 3D.
My best friend Diana tried to snatch the wig right off my head. I need it for prom tonight. It matches my dress perfectly. I stepped back.
That looks exactly like his story. We will do a poll tonight. I will literally do a poll after this video saying how much they look alike. Like, should I make the poll
Stepped
right
back,
now?
laughing nervously. Are you serious? It's my
No.
only medical wig since chemo started. It's molded to my scalp, and I feel naked without it. But she rolled her eyes, tore it off my head, and bolted out the door, laughing. My heart broke because she'd held my
I thought it was stapled on.
hand through every chemo session. But through my window, I watched her speed off with it, and with prom 2 hours away, I had to get it back ASAP or face everyone bald. I called the doctor who made my wig, desperate for a replacement before prom. But the nurse sighed, "Honey, that wig bonds straight to your skin. A custom wig takes 3 months to make and $4,000. A tear fell down my face as I hung up. Then my phone buzzed, a notification that Diana had just posted. I opened it and my heart dropped. She'd posted herself wearing my wig, captioned, "New hair, who dis?" She'd stolen it off a girl with cancer, and no one knew. I couldn't let her get away with it, so I dragged myself to the school bald-headed. But the moment I stepped inside, a group of kids laughed and pointed at my head as I passed. My cheeks went red. Then I saw Diana in the middle of the crowd, flipping my wig over her shoulder. Her eyes met mine, she rolled them and laughed. My fists clenched, and I stormed toward her, not knowing how crazy this would get. "That's my wig," I shouted, and the whole gym went quiet. "She knew I had cancer and snatched it off my head this morning." Diana laughed. "It's mine now. I look better in it anyway." But the crowd wasn't laughing with her, and someone yelled, "Give it back!" Soon, everyone was chanting it. Cornered, Diana grabbed the wig and yanked, but it didn't move. She pulled harder, panic in her eyes. "Why won't it come off?" So I said it loud enough for everyone to hear. "It's a medical wig. It bonds to bare skin, not hair. You glued it to your own head." Her face went white, and she bolted to the bathroom. I followed, and she was already hacking at it with school scissors, ripping it free as her own hair tore out in patches. My wig tore apart in the sink. She sank to the floor crying, but I barely noticed because I caught my reflection, nothing on my head, and realized I didn't need a wig to feel beautiful. My best friend Diana tried to... A man and I spotted the same Aldi cart with a quarter stuck in the slot and ran for it at the exact same time. Our hands hit the handle together, and the cart rolled forward hard enough to bang into the metal railing. "I got here first," he said, pulling it toward himself. I dug my shoes into the pavement. Your hand landed on top of mine. The quarter was wedged halfway out of the lock, close enough to see, but too deep to grab, and neither of us had another coin. An old woman returning her cart stopped beside us. "Are you two really fighting over 25 cents? The man tightened both hands around the handle. "She is." That was enough to make me stop trying to be reasonable. I yanked the cart back, and he stumbled into the metal railing, while the crowd closed in around us. One man claimed I'd reached it first, but a woman...
Hey, she's also in his story. This girl right here. And also,
trying to be reasonable. I yanked the cart back, and he stumbled into the metal railing, while the crowd closed in around us. One man claimed...
Not just her, he is as well.
I'd reached it first, but a woman filming on her phone said the cart had rolled toward him, which apparently made it his under parking lot law. The manager pushed through the crowd.
That's basically the same guy.
The quarter could take the cart.
Just looking
we both
older.
said, "I do." He pulled on the
Aldi.
coin, but it wouldn't move. So the man grabbed the pliers and
Aldi.
snapped the cart chain off the lock. The manager's radio hit the ground, security came outside, and the man threatened to report me for stealing his quarter. I called the police before I could talk myself out of it. The manager checked the security footage and said that... I was about to walk down the aisle on my wedding day when my dad fainted right in front of me. 1 second, he was straightening my veil, and the next, his knees buckled and he went down. I looked down, and a red spot was blooming through the fabric. I went pale. 200 guests were on the other side of those doors. My fiancé was waiting at the altar, and the photographer was already shooting the aisle. People forget weddings, but nobody will ever forget that the bride walked out with a huge red period stain. I pressed my bouquet over it in a panic, but you can't walk an aisle holding flowers against your hip. So I grabbed a fistful of tissues, wet them, and started scrubbing as as hard as I could. The water only spread it wider and turned the white pink. A bridesmaid called through the door. "Come on out, they're playing your song." I froze, yelled, "I'm coming," and waited for her heels to fade. Then the song ended and started over. 200 people and my fiancé had just heard my entrance play twice and knew there was a problem. Then the handle turned without so much as a knock. I went white with horror. My fiancé's mother was standing in the doorway, looking right at the stain. I had met her maybe 3 times, and now she was seeing my worst nightmare. "I just spilled some wine," I blurted. She looked at me for 1 second. Then she stepped inside, shut the door behind her, and locked it. She dug into her clutch and pressed a folded pad into my hands. Then she pulled out a stain pen and went at the stain with 3 fast strokes. She unclipped the satin sash from her own dress, tied it around my waist, and the last shadow disappeared under it. "There, you look even better." Then she lowered her voice, and her words made my legs go weak. It happened to me at my own wedding too. Not one person ever knew. She slipped back out first. My dad woke up just in time to watch me pick my bouquet back up and smiled when he saw my dress. When the song started for the 3rd time, the doors opened. Everyone stood up and turned around, and every phone in the room came up. Halfway down, I found her in the 2nd row, smiling like nothing had ever happened. I walked down that aisle in a clean white dress and married her son. There's been a stain pen in my clutch at every wedding since. I was about to walk down the aisle. My husband looked at the itinerary I'd been building for 6 months and said, "This isn't a real trip." We were at the airport scale with our bags already
Dude,
checked.
I just look, you want to know who her story is. I just look, you want to know who her story is. That's funny. But hell no, this one's...
The night after I got caught sneaking out to see my boyfriend, 2 men ripped me out of my bed at 4 in the morning.
Nah. Where is it? Where's that one? That's really creepy.
When I saw my husband's newest friend over for dinner, I knew I had 60 seconds to leave the house. I came home from work and my husband was beaming in the kitchen. "Hey babe, I want you to meet someone. My new friend from work. He's making us dinner tonight." A man stepped out from behind the counter. My blood turned to ice. I recognized that face immediately. I'd seen it in every one of my nightmares for 3 years.
Oh no. What? I swear she is copying his story. Look. That. She's copied most of the people from his story. All the people I just circled are from his story. That kid. Right here. His story. His story. His story. His story. Most of these people are from his story. And this old man, I've seen him in his story before. Wait. It's her oldest video.
When I saw my husband's new
7th of February. When did his stories channel start? Let's see. His stories.
My sister gave our
Oldest.
a
7th.
teenager tortured my dog for fun, then
They
threatened to
both
do it.
started on their channel on the exact same day. So her video was on the 7th of February and so was his.
My dog had gone missing for a few hours.
I was going to see who copied each other. Should I comment saying, are you her story? As well as his story. Dude! Go on, brother.
I was sitting in class when
Oh my Jesus,
When I saw my husband's
bro.
newest friend over
Okay, there.
tried to snap.
Okay. Can someone tell me who her story is? But I hope you're all having a good day. And we are so close to 100 subscribers. Do you think it's because of our new profile pic? I joined August 5th and I know you're not camping. Bye bye boar, bye bye boar, Bye bye bore. Bye 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 bore. Who likes the new profile pic? I love it. Bye bye bore. Because I love it as well. W profile pic, and that's got cyber in it. It's got cyber in it. Yeah. See you on the next one. Bye.